Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Good morning, good afternoon, good
Welcome
welcome to the show.
to Venom and Vision, the podcast where we keep it real about life, love, and everything in between. We are your hosts, Erin and
John, and around here, we're not afraid to talk about the sweet, the messy, and the truth. Most people avoid. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it.
so tonight we're talking about healing for dating and is it a requirement or an excuse? So this is your topic. So you start off.
Well,
What made you come up with this topic?
because there are people I see all over the place, be it social media, in real life, stories, even personally, with us. I think that you know, there was times where I felt like I think I took time to heal from, our separation in order to become the man I am now. You know what I mean? And it helped me to, take some time to, like I said, reintroduce myself to myself, take the wound of a breakup and really allow myself to be immersed in that pain and then know what it takes to start to heal. I think that in a breakup, there should be definitely some time to decompress and also to hold yourself accountable for your portion. And then that's where the healing begins. I think that should be one of the mainstays in any sort of growth personally. If
Mhm.
you're trying to be with someone new down the line, I wouldn't say jump smooth into it. Don't just go from one person to the next without truly taking the time to reassess, reevaluate your decision making, your movements in and out of the relationship, what you could have done better, and things of that nature. And then sit back in it and begin to heal.
Mm.
So, I think that's where I got it from.
So let's talk about we'll open it up with here's a question. How long should someone stay single after a breakup?
I'll let you go first. What do you think?
For a long time. And I'm only saying that because I'm not breaking up to be with somebody else necessarily. I'm breaking up to gain some peace. I'm just speaking for myself. That's all I can do. I don't know.
About people who haven't been through your situation, would you tell them, like, what's the reason for?
Stay single, regain some strength, some peace. Take time to find yourself. Take time, relax, and reevaluate your life.
I think that, you know, I think it depends on the person, honestly. It depends on how long they were with the person before them, before the breakup. I think It has a lot to do with how long you should um stay single after a breakup.
Why?
I think, you know, well, I'll say it this way. Depending on your degree of healing and your speed of healing. If you want to jump back out there after your healing and you've completely healed, but you also have to take the time to know what it takes for you to be healed, truthfully.
Oh,
Like, if you're healed and you want to go out there, but make sure you're dealing with someone else who is healed. Well, you want to find yourself with someone who is unhealed and you're healed because now you're becoming their therapist, or you're allowing yourself um, the wrong type of energy, especially if you have just uh, unearthed positive healing and peace for yourself.
okay, but with that being said, if you're just jumping out there, are people really taking the time to heal, or are you just avoiding vulnerability?
There's some validity to that. There's that can be a discussion. That's a good question.
Mhm.
But I think if you're out there with someone, there has to be some sort of level of vulnerability. You know what I mean? Because you still have to give them some level of vulnerability, to be with them.
Mm,
Unless you're just gonna
let's
be in there,
say
unless you're gonna
you
be
went
there,
to
unless you're gonna be there when with the wall up. You know what I mean? Trying not to get hurt. That does nothing to help anybody. That's you're unhealed at that point. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
that's the thing. Is the question is, how do you know when you're really healed or not? How do you know?
I guess the only way to really know is trying to be out there.
Right. So it's like if you just jump out the window into another situationship, and then you find out, well, maybe I'm not healed. You just gonna leave and let them.
That would be a good thing. Yeah, that would probably be a
How
good.
about just take the time
That's what.
before
Well, what I'm saying is, what if they think they took enough time? That's what I'm saying. What if they think they took enough time?
even if you think so, just we'll just say just take time. Still, say no to drugs.
Mm. Say, what's the drug you're taking?
Huh?
What's the drug you're taking?
People
Mm. People are drug.
that can be.
Mm. I like your drug.
Mhm.
Yeah. You addicted? You like that old? You want that old thing back? You wanted that old thing. Oh, so has healing culture become a society acceptable way to
A,
not
social,
commit?
a socially acceptable way to not commit.
That's what I said.
Oh,
Has it? You think
no, I think it's more about awareness. If you're aware of actually what it takes to be healed and to heal yourself, I don't think it's just a socially acceptable way to not commit. It's awareness.
but the reason I'm asking is because there's still people that go into situationships and start talking to people and be like, look, I'm on my healing journey, so
Ain't got nothing to do with
you're
that.
gonna have to bear with me.
Nothing to do with that.
But
That's
this is
people.
but see, but this is what I'm saying. This is what we're supposed to be doing.
So when you say not commit, you mean still getting into these situations and saying, no, I don't want to get married. to you, or no, I
Mhm.
don't want to just be with you.
Right.
That's what you're
But
saying?
yeah, so but they're just dating
Oh,
around, you know what I mean? Things of that nature. Because I'm on my healing journey. I'm just trying to, you know,
trying to do what?
meet people, and
Get
you
your
know,
thing off. That's
yeah,
what it is.
that's pretty much what it is.
That's what it boils down to.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, so do you think that that's become a socially acceptable?
Yeah, that's an abuse of the power. It's an abuse of power
It's an abuse of the term, and because see,
because the power of healing is supposed to it's supposed to be a, a way of enlightenment, like a new path, setting something for yourself, and you're abusing it by getting into another situation, and then you're doing more damage than good. Emotional damage.
emotional damage. I think we both have been guilty of
Of what?
that. Getting into some shit before we were healed, especially during our separation. Um, what were you building as far as during our separation and your unhealedness? What were you looking for in whoever you were dealing with then during the separation?
Wasn't looking.
Well, what drew you to that?
What drew me? The fact that they needed help.
Mm. So you felt that you could help them with rather than help with some time.
Think it was, yeah, yeah. Because I would look at my situation like my situation ain't that bad. I can help this person out.
What do you think the downfall of that?
Mm. They needed way more help than I could provide.
Do you think you needed way more help as well? Do you think that's the reason why you couldn't provide for them because you needed it for yourself?
I didn't think of that. I didn't think that way
Well, hindsight being
because I tend to always put my stuff aside, thinking that it's not as important. And I feel like, oh, I think I felt like if I could be more of a blessing to this person, then I would still receive blessings in return anyway.
how was that supposed to help your healing?
I don't know. Mhm. But it made me more aware in the process
What
and
did it make you more aware of?
of myself, my weaknesses. Uh, now, see, there's no, I don't have any regrets. I'll tell you that because I can say that in all of the situations that I've been through, I learned from them something.
Okay. So what are some
So that period of time I know that my faith became stronger in dealing with that situation. Uh, I could say that. And that's where I started to really start praying out loud and seeing different things change. And it was an experience. It was an experience. But it was something that made me more aware of who I am. Yes. And certain things that I know I needed to work on as far as communication. Mhm.
Let's see your group. I think for me, it was more trauma bonding. Uh, I found myself with people who were hurting as well. And we found ourselves embracing each other in the hurt that we each had. And emotions were strong when it because the hurt and the pain was strong.
Okay.
And I knew it wasn't going to last. It wasn't meant to last. I knew it, whether they knew it or not. But I knew it wasn't gonna last. I knew just this at this particular moment, this is what I need in order to not have to completely allow it and just have little pieces here and there. And I also in turn got a chance to see some of the things in them that you were seeing from me before the split. And I was like, oh, yeah,
Mhm.
I see that. Like, it's this one over here. But it started to help me to tighten up some shit. You know what I mean?
And that
And I think my healing was the in between, the in between each small little distraction that I would call the instances where I was dealing with somebody or trauma bonding. It was more distractions of me trying not to take all of the pain at one time. But in those little breaks, once I got broke up with this one, and I had 5, 6 months in between to really sit with myself
mhm.
and you know start to embrace the love I have in my portion of the split is where I started to find the healing. And in that healing though, once those wounds started healing, I would be damned if I allowed anybody to reopen those scars. So those things hardened in certain areas. And I'm thankful for it. Like I said, like you said, um, you aren't I don't take anything back.
Mhm.
Right. So what actually happened with breakups? You know, what I mean, breakups. What actually happened? What do you think is one of the first things that happened?
This is communication breakdown.
No, no, I'm talking about once you've broken up, not why, but
Oh,
what happens after breakup? What do we go through? What do people go through during breakup?
emotional withdrawal, uh, wanting to just get back out in the streets just because they've been in something for so long, maybe, and they just like, okay, let's go back out. Let me go. I'm outside, you know, that kind of thing.
Or some women say they're gonna go live their best life.
Mm.
So
I went through that, and that's why I told you Bryce pressed me out.
as he said,
Because for one, I had his car and I was just out late because I had his car, his first car. So um he's very he was very sensitive about that because I had his car. But anyway, even though he had my location, it was just like, yo, what are you doing? That kind of thing. But
as you mom.
right. But it was just like people at work, I was still at the nursing home, whatever. And everybody was just like, "Oh, let's go here, let's go here, let's go here." I'm like, "All right, let's go, let's go." I'm in there. It was that type of thing. Like now I can go to these things.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? So, but it was crazy because certain people that were like, it was a couple of people that were still in relationships. They was like, I don't know if I could go. Like, yeah, it was just kind of like a reverse thing.
you started to see.
So it was just like, oh, now you can't go, now you can't go, or whatever. Come on, you can go, and I can go. You know what I'm saying? So it was weird like that. But um, I'm not gonna lie, it felt good to be able to get outside and hang out with my coworkers and stuff or whatever, my friend. And but other than that, it was just like, okay, I came home and it was just quiet. And then it was back up again, going to work, work, because I was still having to work my ass off.
See,
Mhm.
that's what these a lot of women don't get. They say they don't need a man, or they're living their best life. After living your best life outside, when you go home and then quiet, and there's nobody there. You're just sitting there, and you just sit looking around like, damn, there's nobody here. Sure, you can get your rocks off. Anybody can.
It was kind of scary because I was like, this is even when I came back here and had my own place, like I was really by myself, and it was scary coming home. And when I was working late, getting up at 12 o'clock and coming home, and it's dark, and I was like, oh my god, I'm looking around like it was scary. It was weird because I had never had a whole apartment to myself.
Children there and all that.
Right. So that was weird. It really was. Like I was leery. Like I was just like even getting home late, taking my shower, I come out the shower and I'm like just looking around because there's nobody there. For real. It was weird.
Mm.
So now I kind of understand what my mom be going through, like, but at the same time, you know, you gotta kind of enjoy your peace a little bit.
think it's I think it's the emotional withdrawal when we separated. I was cold as ice. The way I would, what you talking about? When I say shut down emotionally, I didn't give a shit with these women I was dealing with. Shit. Oh, I love you. Mm. You can't even tell me you love me. That's correct. Because I know. You know, said love got me shut down. It was bad. And like I said, especially in between these healing pockets, if they've said some shit or did some shit that was sideways or out the way. Oh no, I mean like leave right now. The fuck? Well, one of them tried to give me an ultimatum because when I filed for divorce, they was off waiting for the court date. If you're not um divorced by February, I'm gonna leave. I said, you can leave out. You can get the fuck out now. What do you think is going on now? You get the fuck out this minute. You gonna give me ultimatum? Who you think you're talking to? Like that's how I was then. I was like I told you when we got back together. I am the same, but I'm not the same. And I hope you don't ever meet the not the same. Cause shit'll get out of hand fast. And then I'll be all right now. I learned that in healing that some people are here forever. Some people just ain't. You're supposed to feel all of that. When y'all split, you're supposed to feel all of that. It's how you react to it that determines how quickly you heal. Yeah, I mean, 'cause you can sit in it. I can't believe this. Or you can be like, all right, here's where my part was, and I can only be accountable for my part. Keep that shit pushing. That's the only thing you can do is be accountable for your portion of it. And then I think there's, something else that happens in a breakup is ego. It's ego versus genuine pain. Because you can tell yourself, nah, I understand. I'm straight. I'm gonna be all right. Until one of them days you sitting your ass down there and one of them songs hit you and "Ah,
Mm,
tonight, baby." Yeah, that shit, that song used to kick my fucking ass when we was separated.
mm,
And I was around one day, sitting outside sipping by myself on the balcony, minding my business. I had made me a big ass salmon. It was just sitting in the microwave for me to hit the reheat 130.
You ain't eat the whole thing?
Yes, I did, because I was saucy. But sitting outside, and that shit came on. And when I say, I felt like somebody kicked me in the chest. I was sitting down drinking. And Mark, he said, "Gee," I
Mm-mm.
just broke down like Legos. I was sitting there chilling.
Mhm. You know where I had a lot of, conversations with God on those rides back and forth from here to Charlotte. I was doing both jobs for a little while.
Man, that's
So that transition, that whole transition, there was a whole, I think, maybe 2, 3 months of, am I going to continue with this person
mm,
or uh, not continue with this person? Uh, because there came a point in time where I was just like kind of hit in the chest, like you, not from a song, but just from an event. And it just kind of woke me up like, nigga, what did you do? Mhm.
you the event you told me about.
Huh?
Is the event you told me about
Mm,
in the middle of the night.
It was in the middle of the night. It was that was one. That was one.
Oh, you talking about
But that was,
you talking about the one you pulled up?
yeah.
Mm.
Because what? You don't do this. I don't rock this way. No. No. Mm-mm. So right there, I had, I had to start sliding. Like,
Like I could have been with my husband.
shut up.
Mm.
But
Not for nothing though. There was times where I was like, yeah, I'd much rather be doing this for 30.
mhm. I would say stuff like that to myself too. Like I did not have to go through this. I didn't have to go through this. Why am I going through this? Come on. And it was just like, I can't. I would feel bad about doing certain things. You know what I mean? Like I can't do certain things
Mm-hmm.
because you have a weakness. Mhm, mhm. It's not my problem, but you know what I mean. So it's just like,
And also, I'll say this: what I learned during our separation and that breakup is there was my one of my general pain moments was me trying to be vulnerable to somebody who didn't know how to cultivate my vulnerability. And I was like, oh, okay. So I already know that you'll never be it. You will never be it because I came to you in a vulnerable state. You accepted it then, but then when you got upset, you used it against me. You will never be it. I know you're dead. You don't know you're dead. That you're dead. They did it right there.
oh.
Shot.
One thing with that is if you can't accept the whole entire package that I come with,
Please.
please just exit left. Exit left. Because they always gonna come before you.
It wasn't even that. I'm just talking about. Oh wait, well, yeah, that was one of them. Because what do you think of? Bitch, I kill everybody. In this. I tear all that shit up, and you got to go. But I'm talking about like I expressed to her how I felt and how I moved and some of the things that was transpiring. And You waited till I got till she was hurt, whatever. Call me all kind of simps and bitch ass niggas. I was like, oh, yeah, you did. I can't be, I can't really unearth myself to you. Yeah. And the fact is, I haven't been able to do that with anybody. But she was shot down already. Of course, you knew it's gone already. Like I said, I knew they wasn't gonna make it anyway. But you know, if that helped me to get to where I need to go. What do you think is the difference between missing a person versus missing connection?
Missing a person, meaning just their physical presence,
Whatever you think.
and missing a connection is whatever bond that you and that person share. Emotionally, physically, that's all mentally, But missing a person, I feel, is just missing a physical person.
So if you're missing somebody, what are you missing about? Just seeing them or being around them?
Being around them, their touch.
But wouldn't that be more of a connection than
No.
necessarily?
I think the connection is stronger.
Okay, so
Let me give you an example.
yes, that's
The
all.
fact that me and you can just look at each other, just like we did last night, and say, "Yeah, let's go to bed," because we was both tired. That's a connection.
Okay,
That's not something that I can just have with anybody else. It's a connection.
okay,
Missing just you as the person, meaning I miss seeing your face. I miss smelling you. I miss, just seeing you, being around you putting your leg on my, shit like that. The connection doesn't have to be in a physical.
I agree with that. Um,
Like when you be saying, babe, and we just look at each other because you want me to think of whatever you're thinking. That's a connection. And you'd be like, I'm giving it to you. I'm sending it to you. And I guess what it is. That's a connection.
yeah, that's definitely a connection. But what I'm saying is, I don't honestly believe I can miss someone. What I make, I don't honestly think that I could miss someone without there being a connection. Right? Because
Right.
so 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 like
But we're just saying the difference. That's
so the
my
difference between missing someone versus missing the connection. I say that if you miss someone, like I would like to know what it is you're missing. If it's not the connection, you know what I mean?
I just explain.
Like you miss seeing them.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
well,
went through
right,
the
and
same
but
thing.
but okay, okay. So this is what I consider connection. This is what I consider connection. Um, I consider connection. Well, no, you pretty much,
I nailed it.
yeah,
Thank
you pretty
you.
much
Give me
high
my
five.
props,
Yeah, high
please.
five.
Dang.
All right.
Because I can still miss you, or I can just be like, nah, fuck that nigga. But I still be thinking about certain things.
Oh, I did say fuck that nigga quite a few times, bro.
I never did.
Yeah.
I never did. I did a lot of reevaluating, a
And
lot of evaluating our relationship and reevaluating.
so in your reevaluating, what did you? I mean, like this is part of growth, and this is what everybody really want to see. You know what I mean? How we how to come back from it from
Now I got to tell you
situation.
my secret.
Yes, because I'm going to also tell you mine.
What did I text you the other day?
You text me a lot of stuff during the days.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes
I'm gonna
on.
sum it up for you.
Yes, please.
Without no, if you want change, you gotta change yourself. Then I said something of that nature, right? To you.
But we're talking about somebody else.
That doesn't matter.
Okay.
The statement still stands. So I feel I want things to go a certain way. I'm going to change it within myself so that they go the way that I feel they need to go.
Do you think that that worked out for
It
you?
works. It works.
It damn sure does. Because, like I said, the changes I see in you have helped me to consistently continue my change. You know what I mean? And I, like I said, I see it in you. So your changes that you've made in yourself have also helped me to start making the changes I needed to change in myself for us to grow properly. You know what I mean? And it is. I think right now we're in a better space than we've ever been in our man.
We still got work to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
It's
you can only do but so much.
yeah.
So I'll keep on doing, like you said, keep on doing what you're doing. I'm gonna keep on changing, doing things the way that I see fit and changing things within myself. And
And I
hope
in
that
turn
you
will continue
actually
to
meet me at my level.
yeah, and vice versa. Because there are
That's
things
all I
that
can.
there's things that I've changed that you see as well. And I think uh, what people fail to realize in marriage or in relationships is that every different phase of the relationship requires a different version of itself. So you have to be constantly evolving. You have to be constantly changing because what you may need now may change next year and vice versa. So I have to be able to adapt to those changes. You have to be able to adapt to those changes. And, inside of those changes, that's where the growth is. You know what I mean? Especially if there's consistent communication and both of you are committed to the work uh, of the marriage and the relationship, things like that, committed to the growth. There is never there's always space to grow. There's always space to evolve. There's always space to elevate. There's always space to um, vibrate higher. You know what I mean? You have to want to. That's the difference. So, what does healing even mean? Like, what does healing mean? What happens when you're healed?
Self-awareness.
Okay, explain.
Self-awareness is when you basically, well, I'm not gonna just say a meaning, a definition. I'm gonna just say what it means
Yeah, no,
to
just
me.
whatever. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like you can go through any kind of experience, and if, well, I'll just give an example. With the person that I was dealing with during our separation, uh, we got into an argument or disagreement. and I just shut down. Like I just didn't want to talk. And that was the same kind of thing that I was doing before. And so it just took me a minute to be like, oh well, okay, maybe I just need to. This is what I need to change.
What brought you to that?
Uh, hmm?
What brought you to that?
Because of their reaction. Their reaction was way different, and because of the fact that it was a different person
Telling you the same shit.
basically telling me the same shit, but I was the same person in both instances. You know what I mean? So it was just like, oh, it's me that needs to change this part. Okay.
And you know it's crazy. Like I said, to me, that's still a slap in the fucking face.
Hmm.
That's a slap in the fucking face to me.
I mean, but it had to be done.
I mean, it is what it
It
is.
had to
But
be done.
like
Like
I
I said,
said,
I don't have any regrets
I
of
yeah,
us separating. I had reasons of why, and it was to be beneficial for both of us, not just me. Um, and like I said, I needed that time to come to those realizations that I did. Uh,
I get it because you know there was realizations I had to come to as well. You know what I mean? Like I said, the previous women that I was dealing with in between our separation, I it was an angel with a knife.
but
But I
I also I realized also where I can sometimes, well, no, like that New York mentality, that what you call it, survival of the fittest. That shit come it can resurface
should have put
when
can.
it needs to.
Listen, I'm from New York. Too. Don't forget.
Yeah, but you have a hard time. I don't think you realize that at all in me.
Yes, I do.
With right with like
But see,
the chain of events that transpired before us getting back together is what I'm saying.
oh well,
Because
but
I understand, but I still want you to understand.
see, the thing is with that. No, because I wasn't there with you during that time. Uh, because again, like you said, when you went out there and you realized you didn't have to y- go through.
Right. But I mean, I'm just saying, coming back to the realization, I still had to get it from the mud. Like you say, whatever. I had to do what I had to do to get to where I'm at right now. You understand? You understand.
So you think
But I had to rob him still.
so you think you took?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's why. Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
No, I'm not saying I'm not a thief.
Sweet. Tough.
I'm not a thief.
Oh, so you think you're tough. All
I
right.
don't I
So
don't rob people. I'm not I was it was just a term.
figure of speech. All right. So what well I think uh healing also comes with accountability.
Hmm.
There is a level of accountability you have to have. Said no, nigga, it's not just them.
What accountability did you come to realize? What accountability did you have when we were split?
There's a lot. And
Just name Like,
Hold on, I'm gonna give you a precursor before I get to it.
wanna take a drink?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh,
need to. Because this shit
yeah.
was my level of accountability, and even right now, because of the split, my level of accountability is way. I can hold myself accountable so much. That even the people at work be like, "Yeah, yeah, nigga,
Mm-mm.
that's accountable." Mm. So what I learned in my accountability was I was not the leader I thought
Mhm.
I was not the provider I thought I was thinking I'm doing it, and you just ain't motherfucking there. No, those two pills for me were the hardest. If you are not what you say, however, this is how you get
Mm.
by fully understanding that you are. Because if you are what you say you are, a superstar, then right here. I know when it hit me, when I was leading somebody else,
You were what?
leading and providing for somebody else.
Mm.
And I was like, they didn't see it. I'm watching the way I'm moving. And then if I said something, they said, fuck up because y'all all admire. I had to lead myself first.
Mhm.
So once I was able to get to where I had my own place, my own car, working a job, paying my own bills with no help, nobody around. I don't need you for shit. Is when I started to turn the corner as far as leading and providing. Because at the end of the day, whether you're here or not, I still have to provide for me. Yeah, if you coming in here, then I also know what it takes to provide for you. What you're at, I know it's gonna take an extra this, and this.
Mhm.
But those wasn't people that I wanted to provide. I was like, you should be getting this. My wife should be getting this from me. But I'd already filled out, I'd already filed for divorce, had them to, I had them serve you and all that.
A wrinkled paper.
Hey,
Like,
you know,
this is the paper?
look, you know,
Oh, and the cop was like, "Yeah,
that's the paper
that's
I
the money I
gave.
get."
Yep. Hey, listen, you know why? It was in the headrest.
I
It was,
no, you knew what I said. I said, "Oh yeah, this came from my husband."
yeah, because it was in the headrest of the car the whole time. But that was, um, that's what I learned in my accountability. That was not the leader and the provider I thought of. Those were fucking hard pills to
Mm.
but I had to swallow. You know what I mean? And I think the third pill, which started to set everything up, was how the fuck can I expect you to respect me if I'm not doing anything respect to get that response. And I was 60 yards away from here, sitting on the balcony. I was in the shower, actually, and it hit me because I was forgot what I was listening to. When the motherfucker said it, I was like, "Say- "Oh." I got out of the shower. I was like, shit. And I just sat on the bed for about 45 minutes. Yeah.
Hmm.
And then Bilal confirmed that. He was like, hey, maybe you're not the leader you said you thought you were. And I was like, "Hmm."
Wow.
But see, this is how me and Bilal talk to. And that's why he and I are the way we are. Like I said, you was uh, this was a testament to your leadership, and I was ugh, I um, felt that shit in my back, but I wasn't mad at. I mean, you need somebody like that, like to touch your ass up. Hey, here it is.
Yeah. I'm glad you had Bilal in your corner during that time.
That nigga, damn sure. Shout out to Bilal. I'm a
I
tag.
was gonna say, like, you who talk to, who do you turn to?
I'm about to tag man. Shit.
Um, you can do that later.
I don't want to get on this. Get on it. I'm sorry. I see what's going on.
Hey,
Oh, I took you out of the game. All right.
why you ain't gotta do it right now.
I'm trying to get him on the phone.
It's 11 o'clock at night.
That nigga's awake. He ain't going.
Exactly.
Oh, we real live out here, people. Alright, alright.
So do you think that someone can be fully healed, or is that an unrealistic standard?
Absolutely, I think someone could be fully healed.
What does that look like?
First of all,
What do you think?
somebody who's fully healed
Mm-hmm.
can be held accountable and can hold themselves accountable. Um, somebody who's fully healed can communicate unabashed and listen to understand as opposed to listen to respond. Somebody who is healed can uh, see the other person's point of view and whether they agree with it or not, and respect their point of view and see it from the other side. Um, somebody who is healed can become emotionally intelligent. What that means is be able to not only navigate and understand their emotions, but be able to navigate and understand the emotions of their partner. And when that partner's clicking off, you got to understand why they're clicking off. You know your triggers, you know their triggers, and how to calm the storm. Um, someone who is healed isn't afraid to try and fail and then try again. Someone who is healed isn't afraid of the work takes to move forward and grow. Somebody who's healed isn't afraid of the growing pains because it's not always going to be comfortable. Somebody who's healed is comfortable in being uncomfortable until they become comfortable. And then knowing that the next phase is just going to be as uncomfortable as the previous phase because it's constant. People who are healed know that they need each other. People who are healed knows what the other one brings, what the other one provides, and how to cultivate what the other one provides for the betterment of the team. That's what I consider people. What do you think about people who are healed? What do you think?
I don't think it's unrealistic. I think that being healed has to do more with yourself and what you accept, what you don't accept in your life for yourself. Because when it comes to any kind of interaction with anybody else, whether it's a relationship, family, friend, you have to, I think being healed entails no resentment,
Mm,
no animosity, no anger towards anybody else based on what they've done to you.
mm, I get that.
Uh, I think that you accept people for who they are, being healed. I think that you either roll with the punches or you don't. And most of the time, sometimes if you're healed and with somebody that you don't agree with their values or anything, then you kind of just know how to separate yourself from them person. Um, Respectfully.
Or
So
disrespectful.
no, it's always respectfully. That's the hard part. That's the hard part. That mentality right there. A lot of people don't have it.
I mean,
I'm
listen,
not joking.
and you're right, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm speaking for those who treat disrespect with disrespect, and 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 this is why we uh work so well because meet disrespect
So where's it coming from?
with this.
Where's that need to have to respond in that manner coming from?
It comes from the fact that they disrespected me.
Then you gonna react at a lower vibration.
I ain't even still up a rock. If they go low, I'll get low as a pregnant man's stomach. I promise.
What time is it? Almost. Oh my goodness.
Listen, we're having great conversation. Let's just keep the show rolling because we have people watching. So let's just roll.
Who?
There's somebody watching every time. Every so
We got 7 minutes.
no, we don't. We got
Yes, we do.
man. Let's just we don't neither one of us have to work tomorrow. Let's
I
just
always have to work. A woman's is never done. What do you think this is? It is past my bedtime as it is.
It's past my bedtime too. But
No,
guess what?
'cause you trying to be fast
we're
and
having we're having
sit out
we're
here
having a wonderful conversation. Right?
for hours.
No, we're
I
having listen, so far we are having a great conversation, but let's not chop the
mm-mm,
conversation down with the edge of our hand just yet. We're both still sipping too.
mm.
So stoicism enters the chat, right? Stoicism is entering the chat. And
Wow.
during I studied stoicism during our split. And in stoicism what I learned and it helped. It really did. Because it took away a lot of my insecurities. And there were some insecurities I had in our marriage in the beginning of into the middle. Um and one of the things stoicism taught me is only worry about what you can control. Control what you can control. And and that is what I can control is my reaction to things and my personal growth. You know what I mean? Like so
Exactly. So you just contradicted yourself, you know that, because you just said the disrespectful reaction is something that,
so I would say I was right. I didn't say it was good.
but you studied so
Yes. I didn't listen. I'm still but I didn't say it was good. It still work that needs
did
to
you
be done.
say no?
Yes.
You ain't take
There's still work that needs to be done. But I promise you, until I can meet disrespect with well, I'll give it to you this. There has been instances that you know of where I've met disrespect with just a smooth cutoff,
Mhm,
and there has been no disrespect applied, though I wanted to.
mhm,
So there has been growth in that region.
mm,
That you know at least of two instances. I'm not gonna put nobody's name out there in the street, but we can talk about it off camera. But um, so what you can control in stoicism is your reaction and your growth. You know what I mean? Um, and you can accept what you can't change. Like, couldn't change the fact that you wanted to separate.
mhm,
There's nothing I could have done. Because once a woman's fed up, like R. Kelly said, once a woman's fed up, it's motherfucking party.
mm,
So there's nothing I could do about that. I just was able to control how I react to it. And I was studying stoicism a little bit before the split. So which didn't make it it
any
made
better?
no, it didn't make it it still hurt. But after the crying helped water the growth of healing. You
Mm,
know what I mean? It was the seeds of healing.
mhm,
You know what I mean? Was what stoicism gave me. Um and you know, stoicism also gave me the ability to avoid emotional extremes, which like there was a couple times where I wanted to just take a car and drive to Charlotte and find where the fuck he was and lose my shit. What's that going? Because we have a conversation, I'd be like, "You can come home whenever you want to." And there was times I wanted to drive to Charlotte, and be like, "Bring your ass to the motherfucking house and stop fucking
mhm,
playing with me." He kept saying, "I'm just trying to see what's going." He's fucking with them lame ducks. You know what I mean? Like school system also taught me you don't control who leads, you control how you respond. You know what I mean? So when you left, I was like, all right, cool. I started learning foreign languages. I got my own spot, and I was just sitting in the house, or um, I started trying to deal with any woman. I was learning foreign language, just sitting in the house, chilling, smoking cigars and drinking brown lust, and listening to music and learning foreign language. That's what I did. To
Did you remember any of
I damn sure did, but I haven't met anybody from the foreign languages I was taking. I
like
think
Spanish?
I was thinking some obscure shit. I took Spanish and I took French and I was
Please
and Arabic.
stop.
But you know I know a little bit of
Stop.
Arabic already. Because remember when I was talking, you said,
Exactly, but okay.
but it goes, shit. You know what I mean? But you know, um, I also in studying Stoicism, though, I also realized that pain is real, and you're supposed to feel that pain. The problem is if you allow yourself to suffer for prolonged,
Period of time.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like I didn't suffer. I took pain of it
Hmm.
because you're supposed to feel all of that.
Did that help you heal
It did.
or make you emotionally unavailable?
I'll ask you. Do you think I'm emotionally unavailable?
No.
Okay. So so
But I'm just saying, well, okay.
you know what I mean? So it did help me. I'm not emotionally unavailable. Like I said, I give the instance when you say you felt unhurt. Do you still feel unhurt?
Sometimes, sometimes.
And give me a,
I ask you to do something and take 5 days.
but you also remember, also have to remember our work.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
I
about to say,
said,
hey, I'm about to say you also gotta remember I work 93 days a week.
but let me explain this to you. It takes a lot out of me when I have to remind you to do something. I'm gonna just do it by myself. I'll just do it. I
That's
could have done that.
I get all that.
I don't
But if
want
you
to.
but if you ask me to do it,
I don't want to be patient.
that's unfucking
That's
fortunate.
what I'm saying.
But I need you to be patient.
Need something done. I need it done now.
Especially I need you to give me grace because you know for a fact what's been happening these past 3.5 months. Only thing I have time to do is go to work, sleep, eat, and go to fuck back.
Mhm.
You know that. So it's not that I'm not getting to the shit that you need me to get to. It's when I have a spare minute, I get to it. It's like that's why the back looks like it does right now.
Mm.
Because I had a spare minute to get to. Shit. And some help. And there's
Right.
three of me.
We're gonna wrap this thing up tonight. Do you have anything else to add?
I think that
Any final thoughts?
my final thoughts are take your time. Your time. And heal at the rate you feel you should heal from the breakup. Don't let anyone else get in your head and tell you how you're supposed to be healing. Also say don't jump out the fucking window and just give yourself to somebody. Don't give your unhealed self to somebody who also is unhealed. Don't give your unhealed self to anyone but God. That's who you give your unhealed self to.
Mm.
And then begin to holding yourself accountable for your portion of whatever the breakup was. It can't be just them. It's impossible. Or just him. Or just her. I was doing this, this, and this. But what the fuck weren't you doing? What weren't you doing? Right? Come on, sir. What weren't that's that's the main portion of it. Is the what weren't you doing? Once you get through that, once you get through the what weren't you doing, that's where the healing begins. Because you can hold yourself accountable. That's where the healing. Like she said, she started to realize certain things. Oh, I need to change this. Just as I did. Holy shit. That's me. That is on me. You have to you have to want that. You need it. What are your final thoughts?
It's actually a poem
Do you think?
called, you know what a haiku is. Every single day, we get to choose wise. We get to choose differently. Please do choose wisely.
Say it again. Because you sounded like
Wise.
yeah. Say it.
It's 11:06. Yeah, Eastern Standard Time.
You said what?
Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, okay.
Every single day, we get to choose differently. Fix your face. Please do choose wise.
It's fix the face
Shut up.
phone.
Shut up.
It's
You messed it up.
no.
Why you my
You started with it.
my final?
Say it again.
No.
No, yes, without that, say fix your face.
Every single day, we get to choose differently. Please do choose wisely.
Church. Thank you for showing up to the show tonight, whoever's watching or whoever will watch later.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Have a good night.
This is the Venom and Vision podcast.
Oh.
I'm Sweet Willie White Shoe. This is Tamika, Big Cash McGruff.
Good night.